This is the most important question to ask yourself on any face-off. What's my responsibility if we win? And what's my responsibility if we lose? And your answers for the neutral zone and D zone, well, if we win, we're breaking out. And if we lose, pressure or guard a player. This video will focus solely on the neutral zone. Before we even line up, centers, be sure your team is ready. Too many times I'll see you with your head and stick down ready for the face-off when your teammates are still changing. Sometimes don't even be lined up properly. Help them out and don't put your stick in until everyone is ready. I know the ref will rush you sometimes, so in those cases, buy as much time as possible. First, let's talk about exactly where everyone should stand. You can see this looks just like our trapezoid on a breakout, but a smaller version of it. I like to have my D right on this blue line. Why? If the D are too close and our center wins the puck clean, a lot of times it will not give them enough time to react and the puck will slip through them. It might go here, it might go down here, it might sneak up here. So if the D has to turn around and chase it, guess what? These forwards aren't standing still, or they shouldn't be. They're going to be pressuring that D right away. What if we move the D way back so they have time to react? Well, the problem with this, if the center doesn't win it clean, maybe it squirts back here, maybe it stays inside the circle, the other forwards are going to be charging right after the puck. If this forward picks up this puck and the D steps up like this, the angling is going to be bad, and chances are this forward can either just walk around you or poke the puck past you, and leading to a 2-on-1. So let's put them back on this blue line because I think this is a good middle ground. In the rare case your center can win the puck very consistently and he fires it back, maybe a step or two back at the most, and you'll see this more commonly at the higher level. Next, let's talk about the wings. I want them as close as possible to this red line and to this circle. If the ref's not really paying attention, I want you to cheat and to maybe step inside the circle. And this is not unethical cheating. This is part of the game cheating. If you ever watched an NHL game, you'll see that sometimes the center gets kicked out, and that's because they're trying to cheat too much and the ref caught them. Now let's talk about a face-off win. Remember, we're trying to break out, so we don't want to just hit the puck forward and give the other team the puck. Let's try to keep possession. So we're going to try to win it back to either D. Of course, we won't always win it perfectly clean. Most of the times, the puck will probably stay somewhere in this circle. When that happens, it's the responsibility of the forwards to get the puck and try to give it back to the D. Now, once this D gets it, remember, there's usually going to be forwards pressuring. So this D, this D, back up a little bit. Back up, give yourself time and space. This other D, become a safety valve. Stagger back, okay, not even like this. Stagger back just slightly. And our second goal, we are going to go D to D, automatic. So win it back to D, go D to D. And then execute a breakout. That means the wingers will go to the board immediately. Once you see it go back to the D, go to the board. Center will come back a little bit and create this triangle. And as you can see here, this is just like our neutral zone breakout. Right? The shape's a little bit off, but for the most part, it's going to look like our breakout trapezoid. Now, why do we go D to D? So let's put the puck back here. 1 second. Let's put the puck back here. Why do we go D to D? So just like in the breakouts, the forwards are going to gravitate towards the puck. Not just the forwards, probably everyone on their team. So if we can go D to D quickly and then shoot it out to the wing, that will usually be our best option. We don't always have to use this option, and just like the breakout video, you have the other winger, you have the center, and you can throw it back to the other D if he staggers again. So you have several options, but this is ideally what we want to do on a face-off win. Let's review. Win it back to D, go D to D, and break out. Let's move on to face-off losses. If the other team passes it back to their D, this winger, be aggressive and go straight after this D. Don't just sit back and let them do what they want. Don't let them breathe. Full pressure on them. This wing will cover the other D. Our goal, the rest of these players, we're going to cut off their passing options. So if this D does panic and he throws it here, you have a chance to poke it out and maybe get a potential breakaway. So let's move that back. Centers, stay with the other center. Now, a lot of times I see the centers jump in also, but the problem with that is if they make a good nifty pass and they bank it to this forward or something, they're going to have a 3-on-2. So just try to stay with their forward. I see this a lot. Defensemen, don't just stand still. cut off their passing options. So that means you go up to the forwards. They're probably going to try to break out. So get very close to them. Now you don't want to over pursue and go in front of them, because now if they somehow, let's say, make a DD pass, and this player gets past you, then that can lead to a breakaway. Right? So you don't have to jump all the way up. Give them like a step or two so you can react if they try to go in front of you. But don't just stand still on this blue line. I hate seeing that. All right, if these wingers are doing their job, we're going to give them no passing option. If they do that, you're ready to just cut it off. All right, so this wraps up face-off wins and losses when the face-offs are right in the middle. Now, what if the face-off is in the neutral zone, but on one of these 4 dots instead of the middle? Well, all of our face-off responsibilities are exactly the same, with one minor difference. We are going to try to break out using the empty side. So if we went into this D, we're still going to go D to D and try to break out. All right, so that's going to be the same. But if we went it straight back to the left defenseman here, you don't have to go D to D anymore. Our goal is to use this space. Too many times I see in Rec League, I call this jam the square peg in the circle hole. So if we went to this player, sometimes this player will just try to ram his way through 5 skaters, which is very foolish. Right? Same if it's one to this wing. Sometimes they'll just try to skate through 5 players or just throw it that way. All the players on this side, so why would we foolishly try to just ram through them? Let's use the empty side. So for all 4 face-off dots, it's virtually the same. Let's use the empty side. And I know in this case, in this case, it is tough for the winger to go all the way to the board. So just be sure to hook back and be ready to catch a pass right away, because you probably won't have time to go to the board. And even if you're back here. And just to quickly repeat it, a face-off loss, same assignments. Go after this D, this winger goes after this D. Defenseman step up a little bit. Center stay with the other center. Let's go back to this. Before every face-off, ask yourself, what do I do if we win and what do I do if we lose? If you do this over and over and over, eventually it'll become automatic. Remember, don't stand still after the puck is dropped. You should always be moving somewhere and moving quickly. In the position videos, I'll cover all the common mistakes I always see from each position. Alright guys, this wraps up the video. I'll see you on the ice.